The WNBA is officially at a boiling point as an absolute pressure cooker of a rivalry hits the hardwood tonight. If you think the fierce tension between the league's established veterans and its explosive new generation has cooled down, you are completely mistaken. Traditional playbooks have been thrown straight out the window for this deeply personal, high-stakes battle between the Indiana Fever and the Golden State Valkyries. A matchup that has evolved into a brutal showcase of raw pride and relentless physicality. At the dead center of this competitive storm is Caitlin Clark, who continues to navigate a relentless tactical gauntlet of targeted defensive schemes and unyielding physical pressure from opponents resisting the league's rapidly shifting reality. Clark has single-handedly supercharged the economic and cultural landscape of women's basketball, yet the pushback on the floor remains unforgiving. The situation reached a critical flashpoint following a heated on-court exchange with veteran guard Tiffany Hayes, whose subsequent interactions regarding hostile fan behavior have sent shockwaves behind the scenes. While league executives and officials maintain a strict, tight-lipped silence, the building drama in the arena speaks volumes about a shifting power dynamic that no one can ignore.
In a long week, heated rematch after Tiffany Hayes is okaying fans to attack Caitlin Clark. The league did nothing. The Golden State Valkyries did nothing. Everybody wants to sweep it under the rug, but knowing if it was the other way around, it'd be a big issue. But it is what it is. We're here. Let's take a look at what Natalie Nakase had to say, man.
Hearing that reality genuinely sends chills down your spine as a massive corporate double standard gets swept under the rug. Let's be honest. If the roles were reversed and a high-profile rookie endorsed that kind of hostile behavior toward a 10-year veteran, it would be breaking news on every major sports network in America, triggering immediate suspensions, astronomical fines, and mandatory public apologies. Instead, because it's Caitlin Clark taking a hit, the league turns a blind eye and prays the controversy fades away. But someone who absolutely cannot look away tonight is Golden State Valkyries head coach Natalie Nakase. Coach Nakase knows exactly what kind of competitive hurricane is heading straight for her squad as she faces the near impossible mission of scheming against the Indiana Fever's offensive engine. In her recent press conferences, Nakase peeled back the curtain on the absolute tactical nightmare of preparing for a player with limitless shooting range, elite processing speed, and transcendent court vision. This isn't about guarding a traditional point guard at the perimeter. This is about defending a lethal threat from the exact moment she walks into the building. Listen closely to Coach Nakase as she breaks down the terrifying reality of trying to stop number 22.
To say about Caitlin Clark, here it is.
A lot of times against Caitlin, the first game you guys picked up 94 feet. What kind of things do you try to do when you pick up 94 feet to give different?
Well, because she does a heavy load to pretty much of the offense. So again, you just want to put a lot of different bodies on her because she can shoot from like half court. Like you just got to make sure we're aware. So just more awareness for us.
We talked about that.
I appreciate you showing respect because you know the girl can pull up from half court. You know that.
When a professional head coach at the absolute highest level of women's basketball admits her defensive unit must pick up an opponent from 94 feet away, it completely alters the geometry of the court. Defending a player with casual half-court range demands an unprecedented level of cardiovascular stamina, hyper-awareness, and pure desperation. The Valkyries are throwing everything at the wall, blitzing, trapping, and exhausting every defensive scheme in their playbook. They've even unleashed defensive specialist Veronica Burton to disrupt the rhythm through sheer tenacity and obsessive film study. But let's be brutally honest. Film study means absolutely nothing when a shooter can casually pull up on the logo with elite defenders breathing down her neck. You can force her left, trap her in the corner, or deny the ball, but the offensive firepower is simply too overwhelming, and the release is far too quick to stop.
Just following our game plan.
You got to see Mo in Indiana.
Veronica, it don't matter. It don't matter where you guard Caitlin today. She gonna light your ass up. It don't matter which way you send her. You send her left. You send her right. You send her up. You send her down. She gonna be dropping buckets nonstop.
But what?
Nonstop buckets. That is the harsh reality the Valkyries have to accept tonight. Because opposing teams realize standard defensive schemes cannot stop this offensive engine, they are consistently resorted to an ultra-aggressive, highly physical strategy on the floor. If you cannot legally block the shot, you contest with heavy contact. If you cannot match the footwork, you impose your physical presence. Their previous matchup quickly escalated from a standard basketball game into a grueling, high-stakes battle as Golden State leaned heavily into an intimidating defensive style. To disrupt the Indiana Fever's momentum, they tested the limits of the officiating, utilizing continuous holding and away-from-the-ball pressure to deliberately dare the referees to blow the whistle on every single possession. While that disruptive chaos worked temporarily to shift the game's energy, it is an unsustainable strategy that inevitably triggers severe consequences. With fouls piling up and tension boiling over into heated exchanges, this highly anticipated rematch forces the entire officiating crew to operate under a massive microscope, where every single whistle will be heavily scrutinized.
Well, look, y'all did a lot of fouling last game. All y'all did was hack. That was all y'all was doing. Indiana Fever too. Indiana Fever fouled way too much. The Golden State Valkyries last game versus the Fever fouled way too much. So we'll see. I think it's going to be tight. I think the whistles are going to be tight because of this Tiffany Hayes situation with Caitlin Clark. I think the referees are going to be trying to control this game and not let it get out of control with physicality. So I think it's going to be a lot.
The entire defensive philosophy rested on that physical edge. But tonight is a completely different story. The officiating crew enters this arena under immense pressure from millions of fans, relentless national media scrutiny, and league executives demanding strict control over the lingering tension surrounding Tiffany Hayes. To prevent the escalating physicality from crossing into dangerous territory, the referees are expected to establish a tight whistle and set hard boundaries within the opening 5 minutes of the first quarter. Head coach Natalie Nakase is fully aware of this tactical shift, knowing her defensive unit cannot afford to put the Fever in the bonus early and repeat the disaster of surrendering 29 free throws. If the Valkyries continue to hack on the perimeter, Caitlin Clark and the Fever will practically live at the charity stripe, draining uncontested points all night. Nakase even joked with the media about the extreme, almost comical restraint her team is practicing just to avoid whistles, highlighting a massive psychological and physical adjustment for a squad that typically relies on pure aggression and intimidation to win.
Every game requires a different temperament too with the rest of how tight they're calling it because they're human. They're human. So with that human being aspect, it's like everyone sees it different. So we stress today, like high hands. We're not going to put them in bonus. That is definitely one of our keys tomorrow. Like we want them to earn their shots to shoot over us rather than they get 29 free shots at the line. I'm like, come on guys. Like, you know, we helped the situation. So tomorrow we're just going to be really smart. We're going to be really disciplined. You're going to see us. I told them to go to sleep like this. I sleep like
going to sleep with your hands straight up in the air. That is what has finally come to for defenders, because a split second you drop your arms or reach in, Caitlin Clark will instantly expose a mistake, initiate contact, and finish the N1 sequence at the line. Opponents are forced to pick their poison tonight. Play fundamental, clean defense and watch her effortlessly drop 40 points, or foul aggressively, disrupt the flow, and pray the referees swallow their whistles. Beyond the tactical chess match, a deeply personal narrative is unfolding as veteran Tiffany Hayes attempts to act as an enforcer and intimidate the rookie phenom, have instead awakened a competitive giant. After their last matchup left Hayes overwhelmed on the floor and looking for validation on social media, Clark continues to let her game speak volumes without saying a word. She possesses that rare, legendary ability to walk into a hostile arena, hit consecutive logo threes, and completely suck the oxygen out of the building. She doesn't just silence opposing crowds, she actively converts them, turning grueling road games into comfortable home environments at the snap of her fingers. And that is exactly the masterclass she plans to deliver tonight.
Has the ability to turn a team's home game into a road game at the snap of a finger. This is going to be a big time battle. We'll see what Tiffany Hayes is on. We'll see if she's still barking. Last time you barked up that tree, it fell on you, and I don't think you liked it. I don't think you liked it because you was on social media begging for help and begging for people to do stuff. Yeah. You might want to be quiet this game, Tiffany.
This is not just another game on the schedule. This is the ultimate revenge game, and the stakes have never been higher. The Indiana Fever are looking to secure more than just a victory. They are ready to send a loud, undeniable message to Tiffany Hayes, the Golden State Valkyries, and the rest of the league that physical intimidation and disrespect will not derail true greatness when the lights shine brightest. Don't miss a second of this unfolding drama. Hit that subscribe button right now Drop a massive like on the video and comment below with your game predictions. Will the Valkyrie successfully impose her physical will for a gritty win? Or is Caitlin Clark about to deliver a historic, unforgettable masterclass to silence her loudest critics once and for all? This is WNBA Pro, and I will see you in the next one.